everybody wants to talk about your journey. And, right after the game, you're asked about your journey, and you're like, my journey continues. I don't know how many people sit there and go, I just won something. Now I got to look back on what happened prior to this. And I thought your answers were mature, but I don't know how you take those questions of, let's talk about the Jets, or let's talk about Carolina. Let's talk about all of these, rough moments there when you're trying to focus on the game at hand, the job at hand.
Yeah, for sure. It's, I think just being able to handle it at this point in my career too, I feel like even mentally, like I feel like I handle it a little bit differently internally than I used to. Because I realize like it is a part of the journey and it is a part of who I am. And
well, what was it like before internally?
Yeah, I think like I gave it a little more thought than I had to. Like I paid a little bit more attention to it, and I guess I invested a little more thought into kind of what happened in the past, and I tried to okay, like I threw this pick against this coverage back in 2019, like I'm not going to do that again. It's like, no, sometimes mistakes happen and you learn from it, and it's you don't want to make the same mistakes again, but sometimes throughout your career, especially if it's a long career, like those things are going to happen. But just being able to move on and to learn from those experiences, but move on. And the days in New York, the days in Carolina, like those are part of my journey, and they're part of my experience. And I loved every single part of it. Like, yeah, there were some lows that sucked. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's part of it though. Like I learned so much from that, and, I'm able to move on. And it's funny, like after every single game we lost or things that didn't go well, like I was able to wake up that next day and see the sunrise and go into the building and see my teammates and have fun with my coaches. Like, that's a part of life. And, I think being able to realize that at this point in my career, like it allows you to kind of take it one day at a time and enjoy every single little moment that you get with your teammates, because as we all say, like we're never with the same team, year in, year out. Yeah, you might be with some of the similar guys, especially if you stick with the same team, but there's never all 70 that are the same throughout a season. So you just try to enjoy it as much as you can.